In my work and discussions with clients and other attorneys and examiners at the Patent and Trademark Office, there are a handful of key terms in the field of trademarks that come up repeatedly. And they're important to know what they mean and how they apply. And I think you'll see what I'm talking about as we go down the list here of some of these key terms. For example, coined is a term that's used to describe generally a very strong trademark because coined means that it is an invented or new word or phrase that really has no other meaning. So, for example, Kodak is an invented word or coined word. Exxon is a coined word. These are sometimes abbreviated from other actual terms or phrases, but they create new words that didn't exist before, and therefore coined terms are very, very strong trademarks in general. Arbitrary terms are also strong trademarks. Arbitrary means in the context here that it has nothing to do with the products or services that are offered in connection with the trademark. So Apple is a very well-known example of an arbitrary term. Apple is a very common word, but it has no meaning in the computer industry. So it serves as a strong arbitrary trademark. A suggestive trademark is my favorite kind of trademark and my preferred choice generally when I'm advising clients to build bold brands. Because a suggestive mark says something about the services or the products, it hints at them without directly stating what they are in an overly descriptive manner. So, for example, I have a client with a slogan, the talent maximizer, and that's suggestive of her services in consulting people about hiring and employment practices. Another suggestive mark that we registered is spiral spritz, and that's suggestive of the product, which is a hair product, a hairspray for very curly hair. And spiral spritz is also a great example because it leads to my next key trademark term, which is alliterative. And spiral spritz, by both beginning with the SP sound, creates an alliteration or a repeating, rhyming sound, which is very useful in creating a memorable and distinctive trademark. Some other examples of trademarks I've worked on that are alliterative or rhyme are a better way to CPA for accounting services, glisten and glow for nail polish, tea with Mrs. B for manners classes for kids and adults, tornado potato, which is a fun one to say, for a snack food product, and as I mentioned, spiral spritz. So alliterative names really help stand out from the field. Another important term when talking about trademarks is portmanteau. Portmanteau comes from French, and it means when two words are combined and shortened in the combination. So we have a client with a registered trademark, clicksuasion, which is a combination of the words click and persuasion, and it's for business and podcasts that has to do with online marketing and online advertising services. Tomcast is another great example. It's a podcast by someone named Tom. So Tomcast, creative portmanteau. A double entendre is a word or phrase that has multiple meanings when applied to the particular situation or the particular goods and services. So I have a client with a very fun food truck that serves banana splits. They've got the slogan, Go Bananas. This is a playful double entendre because you're literally talking about bananas and you're talking about the fun, crazy, wild idea of going bananas to get excited about going to their food truck. Incongruous, another important trademark term, because an incongruous mark is one that really has meanings that don't normally apply together. It creates some sort of conflict within the phrase, and that can often lead to creating a strong and distinctive trademark. We have a client with a trademark for the triple double. That's incongruous because do you have a double? If you have a double, you don't have a triple. And if you have a triple, you don't have a double, except he's come up with this unique idea of the triple double. And that creates a memorable and nice, incongruous trademark phrase. Finally, a valuable and key trademark term is puns or plays on words. And these come up all the time. And they're also another way to create very distinctive, memorable, fun brands and slogans. So, for example, we have a client with the mark devoted. The reason devoted is a play on words is because their website is in the field of elections and voting. So it's a play on the word vote. We have a client with a website in the field of oil and energy with the slogan, experience runs deep. A great play on words because it runs deep, of course, is a expression about being long lasting and being in depth. And runs deep relates to the oil being deep inside the ground. Another play on words with a client trademark is shave yourself a fortune for a slogan for shaving products. Again, great, a play on save yourself a fortune, shave yourself a fortune. It really jumps out at you and you know exactly what they're talking about, yet it's creative and playful. So these trademark terms that I've gone over here, again, they come up in conversation with clients all the time who are developing or trying to develop bold brands, and they come up in arguments and responses and applications with the USPTO all the time, because when a client uses one of these terms, one of these tools, it really goes a long way towards helping create not only a bold brand that stands out from the competition, but one that is more likely to be unique and protectable. I mentioned that I generally find suggestive trademarks to be the most effective. What trademark term applies to your brand? Contact me and let's discuss how it applies to your company and trademark.